Erica Puckett. So I am a visual artist and I am also a recent law school graduate. And in regards to training, I am a self-taught artist. But with the law school stuff, I needed to complete my bachelor's degree. So I double majored in history and African diaspora studies at the University of Texas in Austin. And then I studied for the LSAT. I personally took a prep course. And then I sat for the LSAT, applied for law school and scholarships and so forth, and then decided on the school that I wanted to go to, which ended up being Rutgers in Newark, Rutgers School of Law. It really depends on which hat I'm wearing. So, for instance, today I started work like my 9 to 5 around 9. And with that job, I focus on legal work. So I'm currently working on a bankruptcy project. I'm not a bar attorney yet. I haven't sat for the bar exam, so more so helping. Um, and then during my lunch break, I do work for my own business, Puckett Art. So today I was checking emails and processing orders that I received over the weekend. Some days I try to wake up a couple hours earlier than my alarm, and I use the extra time to create, like actually relax and paint, you know, the fun stuff. I did not know that I wanted to be an artist or that I would be an artist. It was kind of like I say, a God given blessing that I stumbled across. I've always loved creating. However, it took a really long time for me to ever call myself an artist. I actually was like halfway through law school by the time I figured out it was a passion of mine and something that I wanted to do. Um, what happened was I was juggling working full time as a paralegal at a family law firm in New Jersey. I was attending evening classes for law school and just juggling life in general. So I was feeling stressed a lot and unhappy in a lot of ways. And so I needed an outlet, and art ended up being the outlet for me. And I just fell in love with it. So I knew from then, it was something I wanted to keep in my life always. And the beautiful thing about having a JD, that doesn't box you in to one area of anything, right? Like you literally can do whatever you want in life, and that JD will be useful. So in my situation, I'm able to draft my own contracts when I have certain sale agreements that I need to create, or events that I'm planning in partnership with other artists. I'm often the person that is drafting those documents, and I know how to read what's before me and understand it. Whereas like I find a lot of my peers in the art world, sometimes they feel a little intimidated by that. So I appreciate my legal background in that regards, and in many other instances, but that's an example that comes to mind. Well, I like to think of myself as still young, but when you asked me about high school and I had to think back to like what classes did I take, I realized I'm not that young anymore. But with high school, so I graduated from the Jack Yates High School in Third Ward, Houston, Texas. So I am a Houstonian. And I mean, I was fortunate enough to be in the magnet program, which is a school of communications. So I took all type of courses, journalism, video editing classes, photography. We went on all kind of really cool and in-depth field trips. And then even outside of the magnet program, the type of teachers that we had at that school, it was very much like an HBCU for high school. So with that said, anybody who has attended an HBCU, you understand like the type of love you are surrounded by when it comes to like your professors or the people responsible for educating you. The bar was set high for us, despite our school being in third ward and the stigma that comes with that. You know, we were taught not to allow the outside um, idea of who we are and what we could be limit us. And so my experience from Yates prepared me and empowered me for the career path that I'm currently on. And then when it comes to what I studied in undergrad, which again was history and then African diaspora studies, the type of courses that I took there when it came to like the both of those type of courses, the history and Black studies, it was a lot of reading and a lot of researching and writing, and all of those came to those helped build a skill set that became very useful to me throughout law school and beyond, because I still have to read, I still have to write. And so taking those type of courses helped with that. And then lastly, I would say my studying abroad helped as well, because it just helped me to interact with people from cultures different from mine, and learn how to immerse myself in that and still flourish. As far as extracurricular activities are concerned, internships, when it came to law school, I had this motto that like you apply for everything, and don't count yourself out. Don't tell yourself no. You apply. It's my job to apply, and it's their job to tell me yes or no. But I don't need to tell myself no. And I'm so glad that I took on that mindset, because honestly, I received like really dope opportunities just based off of jumping out there and trying it. For instance, I had a judicial internship um, during my 1L year, which was not common, especially not for an evening student, which is what I was because I was working full time. So to land that, at the time, my peers, my classmates, they were like, "How did you do that?" And I just went for it. And a lot of times, maybe it's something on your resume that'll get you in the door. And then when you get in that door, it's sitting there and talking to that person and them seeing like your hunger for something and they want to give you a shot. And then, you just do your best. Another example was a paid internship. I ended up landing in New York City, working for a law firm where I did immigration work. And that was really amazing, because when I applied for that, I really was at a point where I felt like my resume didn't look good enough, or I wasn't doing enough. And so this opportunity came about, and I was like, I don't even know what this area of law is about, like, because it was employment, immigration work. And so I didn't let that stop me. I was like, apply, and so I did. And I went in, sat with the attorney, the partner of the firm, and we ended up bonding over one of the places I studied abroad in, and including that on my resume. And we started talking about books that she was currently reading. And next thing you know, she's like, "I want you to have the job. Do you want the job?" And I'm like, "Yes, I do, although I don't know what I'll be doing." And she told me, "I'm going to teach you everything that you need to know." And she did. And come to find out, like, that ended up being an area of law that I now can see myself practicing in when I'm ready to branch out and do that. So I'm grateful for that. I had the mindset that I didn't have nothing to fall back on. So this was plan A and it was plan B. So there was no room to quit. There was no room to fail. That it just was not an option for me because no one was going to save me. Was the mindset that I had. And so um, that got me pretty far. Like I've had that since I was in grade school. And that's really what propelled me throughout my different or throughout my like academic career. Um, and then eventually life shook me, right? Like life threw me curveball after curveball after curveball to the point to where I was like, whoa, okay, that that mindset is no longer enough. Like you need something else to get you through, and that's where art came into the picture. And again, I look at it as like a blessing from God because it just it saved me. It saved me. It saved my dreams that I'm chasing after. I'm still chasing after them. I don't feel like I certainly haven't arrived. There's so much room for me to grow. Um, but yeah, well, currently, my primary focus is being happy and maintaining balance in my life, in all that I do. So that would obviously include my work and career. So right now, what that looks like on a day-to-day basis is me really focusing on strengthening my presence and my voice as an artist, um, and also finding a way to strengthen my skills as a businesswoman. Because I don't know, I feel like a lot of other creators do relate to with me on what I'm gonna say next, but sometimes we just want to create. We don't want to deal with the numbers. We don't want to deal with making sure you have the LLC and your tax number, your tax identification number, all that kind of stuff. Like I don't want to deal with that. I just want to create. But you know what? You can't be a boss and not do that kind of stuff, right? So it's like I'm still training myself to suck it up and do the part that is not fun to me because that's a part of that's one of the hats that I have to wear. Something that I would want the audience to take away or really hone in on is listening to what makes your heart sing, like what makes you happy, and that's what you need to go for. All right, don't let the pressures of the world and whoever is in your circle push you into doing something that you don't want to do, um, or make you feel like you have to do it this way and that's the only way to do it. I hope the takeaway from my interview is you can do whatever you put your mind to. You can have it all. You can do it all. You can be the legal professional, or you can be the doctor. You can be the professor. You can be the engineer, and also have a love and a passion for dance, or have a love and a passion for music, have a love and a passion for some type of visual art. You don't have to pick one or the other. I'm such a big fan of do them both. Or if you have more than two things that you're interested in, go for it. You only have one life to live, and you might as well make the most of it. Don't let somebody else tell you how to live your life. They have their own life that they can live and go do the things they're trying to tell you to go do. Okay. Don't let your main motivation be money. And I know that sounds probably crazy to some of y'all because it used to sound crazy to me when I was meeting with mentors and talking to them about what my next steps were going to be and how I wanted to go to law school and this and that. They were like, "Why? What's your motivation? Why? Why?" And I'm like, because I want security and I want to make money and I want to be able to take care of myself and not depend on anyone to do that for me. And they were like, yeah, that's not enough. And I'm looking at them like, you don't know where I came from. That certainly is enough for me, you know. And I was so firm in that. I stood so firm in that. But again, life humbled me and showed me what they were talking about. It has to be more than the money. You gotta love whatever you're doing when you wake up in the morning, because you're gonna have days when you don't feel like getting up. You're gonna have days where you're tired. You're gonna have days you want to quit, and you need a deeper reason than just money as to why you're gonna get out of your bed and go do whatever it is you're supposed to do. Um, so that would be my hope.